Hey, I'm Andy Bush, economist, futurist, and former CMIO of the US government. This week, we're covering Biden's top 5 priorities for the US economy. On Monday, we covered agriculture and food, kind of important because I like to eat, and I think you do too. And today, we're covering the vaccine rollout. This is also really important. And back in December, after the FDA advisory panel gave the green light to the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, the rollout of the vaccination inoculations began. But the rollout has been bumpy as Trump's exit from the White House. This is just not really too pretty. As of today, the U.S. has administered just about 10 million shots, with only 600,000 people getting the 2 shots. Now, this is, in fairness, this is falling well short of what the Trump administration wanted and what the rest of the country wanted. And most of these shots were administered by hospitals and institutional healthcare companies. But now the next round will be administered by pharmacies and health clinics, and this is likely going to speed up the process, which is great news. West Virginia is a good example of how to do it. Now, it's estimated that the U.S. will need about 75% of the country to be inoculated before we can reach herd immunity and see really a big drop in infections and in deaths. So 75%. Sadly, both Moderna and Pfizer vaccine, you got to get 2 shots, with the second shot being held back in reserve. And that's been part of the problem. But the U.S. is looking at, and I know the CDC is probably moving forward on not holding back any of these second shots and using them to inoculate as many people as possible, as fast as possible. And President-elect Biden has stated that his goal is to have 100 million people vaccinated in his first 100 days. And he will likely use this strategy, the one that I just described, of using all the available shots and really do it as soon as possible and then provide the second round of shots later whenever they get available. Because the first shot is 70 to 80% effective in stopping the virus. And with the second shot, you get 95 to 99%. Just to compare this to the flu virus, right? So the flu shot only gives you 50% coverage, right? Okay, well, Biden will be driven to accomplish this as fast as possible to not only stop people from dying, that would be great, but also to propel the economy forward towards a full recovery. In Biden's stimulus plans that are going to get released on Thursday, there will likely be a big chunk of money for this new plan. And he will request billions of dollars to distribute not only the vaccines, but also to safely reopen schools and to help state and local governments pay for first responders and public health workers to get the shots. That would be great. But remember, if this is not done adequately, Biden will delay the full economic recovery and bear the brunt of that, right? So no pressure here, Mr. President, Mr. New President, right? That's pretty tough. But the big question for Biden is this, right? And this is important. Will his plan be tied up in the Senate as they decide not only on his cabinet members, which they have to approve, but whether to convict President Trump on the impeachment charge of inciting an insurrection? That's something to consider, right? Already Biden has asked Majority Leader Schumer if the Senate can basically walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, if they can do both things at the same time on these really key issues. And really, the reported surge in new COVID cases totally underscores how really just super critical this is and the need for fast action on his plan. So let's hope they can do it, right? Now, this is a tough way to start a presidency, but let's be positive that a stronger rollout is coming, and that's the good news. And I would say this, we're likely to see the vaccinations open up to the entire population by the end of February. I think that's going to happen, as there are going to be large groups of people who are just, initially hesitant to get the vaccination. And that means that more of the vaccines will be available for anyone who wants to get them and speed up the recovery. And I, for one, am going to get it as soon as it's available. All right. If you like these videos, click on the icon below to get more. If you want to get them every week, click on my picture to subscribe. Please share them with anyone you think would like them and would benefit from understanding the future of the economy. I'm Andy Bush. Thanks for watching.